Once you label me, you negate me. Love is all. It gives all, and it takes all. Anxiety is the dizziness of freedom. Once can advise comfortably from a safe port. Our life always expresses the result of our dominant thoughts. Love does not alter the beloved, it alters itself. To love another person is to help them love God. Life can only be understood backward, but it must be lived forwards. Trouble is the common denominator of the living. It is the great equalizer. Life is not a problem to be solved, but a reality to be experienced. Life has its own hidden forces which you can only discover by living. Take away paradox from the thinker and you have a professor. Most men pursue pleasure with such breathless haste that they hurry past it. Boredom is the root of all evil, the despairing refusal to be oneself. It is one thing to introduce a new doctrine into the world, it is something else to live it. To dare is to lose one's footing momentarily. Not to dare is to lose oneself. During the first period of a man's life, the greatest danger is not to take the risk. Face the facts of being what you are, for that is what changes what you are. Personality is only ripe when a man has made the truth his own. Far from idleness being the root of all evil, it is rather the only true good. Unhappiness is not to love without being loved, but to be loved when one does not love. Ulysses was not comely, but he was eloquent, yet he fired 2 goddesses of the sea with love. There are 2 ways to be fooled. One is to believe what isn't true, the other is to refuse to believe what is true. If anyone on the verge of actions should judge himself according to the outcome, he would never begin. The most painful state of being is remembering the future, particularly one you'll never have. It belongs to the imperfection of everything human that man can only attain his desire by passing through its opposite. The function of prayer is not to influence God, but rather to change the nature of the one who prays. People demand freedom of speech as a compensation for the freedom of thought which they seldom use. It is essential, in relationships and all tasks, that we concentrate only on what is most significant and important. I feel as if I were a piece in a game of chess when my opponent says of it, that piece cannot be moved. If a person does not become what he understands, then he does not understand it either. All distinctions between the many different kinds of love are essentially abolished by Christianity. The highest and most beautiful things in life are not to be heard about, nor read about, nor seen, but, if one will, are to be lived. It is wretched to have an abundance of intentions and a poverty of action, to be rich in truths and poor in virtues. There is nothing with which every man is so afraid as getting to know how enormously much he is capable of doing and becoming. To cheat oneself out of love is the most terrible deception. It is an eternal loss for which there is no reparation, either in time or in eternity. When one has once fully entered the realm of love, the world, no matter how imperfect, becomes rich and beautiful. It consists solely of opportunities for love.